Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday. It's September 10th, 2012, and welcome to Day 9 Daily number 496, where we learn to be a better gamer, except on Mondays, where it's time to dick around. Yeah! Funday Monday is about to be going down, whereby the theme topic is the following. You must submit to me a game where you win with as few units as possible. Yeah. I almost feel like there's more that I should be saying at the start of the game, but it's pretty much as straightforward as it comes. I was looking for people doing creative things, either with their unit composition, maybe messing up and doing something cool, saving a game from the jaws of defeat. Most of the games were complete one-sided Hulk smashings, or they were the most hilarious fails of all time. There was a player who built a proxy battlecruiser that got spotted because the opponent decided not to expand to the natural first, but decided to expand to his third base first. And then found the starport and killed it. The other guy said, and left. A lot of things like that were submitted. But fortunately, I managed to stretch my little fingers through the Day 9 TV inbox to find for you, to you, and with you, and in you. 6 or 7 Gosu ×2 games to share today. Something extra special I wanted to note. Here it comes. I have a blog. Yes. Let me close that search for myself down there. I have a blog, you guys. There's a blog. And blog number 1 is why I'm making this blog. In a humorous note, I tried to tweet, I made a blog over at day9.tv, and I mistyped and said, I made a blow. So, a lot of people were like, a blow? And then upon my second tweet, they really are continuing to hammer me. The joy of not being able to undo things when they're publicly out on the internet. So, of course, the blog will be doing all sorts of standard things like musings on topics I think are cool, but in particular, I'll be sharing all sorts of fun, nebulous facts about how to get into esports. Because I know a lot of you want to, and it's as easy as creating a job for yourself. Be talking all about that in that there blog. Definitely check it out. And if you're wondering, how do I comment? I know it was closed sign-ups. You can now sign up for the Day 9 TV site via Facebook. So now any of you can just sign up. Just go there and log in with your Facebook. That's it. Let's go ahead and hop into StarCraft 2, the game where... Excellent. Sorry, I had to move a window. The game where we get to see people's creativity in this introductory game. Remember, the introductory shows us an example of how to kill our opponents with as few units as possible. In the bottom left corner, we have Super Aldetox. Yes. Super Aldetox down there. And in the bottom right, we have Jack. Good old standard, straight up, predictable Jack. Doing what he does best. Enabling the sound. Oh, excellent. Now, if you were in a game and you had to kill your opponent with as few units as possible, how would you go about doing it? Now just think, what would be your tool? Would you be aggressive with a stalker? Would you be trying to rush for a mothership, perhaps? Many of you mothership rushed and died in hilarious ways. Chrono boosting desperately, not even close to getting the mothership out, really. Something like mothership at 40 of 160 seconds complete when the nexus die as you get revealed and as the probes continue to go around and hide pylons, desperately trying to rewarp in another nexus for a mothership. You leave the game. There's a lot of techniques like that we got to see extensively explored, but Jack, I think, is going to do some pretty cool ones. Some pretty excellent, straightforwardly ones. Jack doing his usual thing. Now, Super Aldetox is going to be performing a build order that I like to call the rush into, I'm going to expand build. Here it comes. How many barracks? We're going to start 3 barracks before we even begin that orbital command, because you never know when too many Marines is not enough. Super Aldetox rallying as many Marines forward as he can, throwing down his base in an arrangement that honestly looks like a single-player Terran's base. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but whenever you're playing StarCraft 1 in the single-player, or StarCraft 2, Actually, let's say StarCraft 2. I don't know why I said StarCraft 1. Perhaps it's autopilot from a decade of training. In StarCraft 2, if you've ever been in the single player, fuck, I don't even remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about? This is the problem with accepting tangents that pop into your brain. Your brain says, no, go on that tangent. The audience cares. You do it. And then when you're done, you're like, well, there you go. Excellent. Building placement. Thank you very much. Thank you, chat. Yes, thank God you're here. This building placement's silly. The joke I had for that is going to fall flat, so let's hop back into the game. It's important to quit when you're behind. I would not make an interesting person in Vegas. Well, I went and put $1 into the slot machine, and when nothing came out, I decided that was good enough for me. I didn't leave with money, and I didn't leave with a story, but I did leave $1 poorer. Interesting man. What did you have for breakfast, interesting man? Well, I skipped breakfast because I had to get to work. Interesting man. Excellent. Let's talk about the game, shall we? Cool. Alright. And of course, Jack, being that he has to kill his opponent with as few units as possible, is going to be using some special tactics. Special tactics. He's going to go ahead and get his +1 ground weapons, which will of course allow him to get +2 ground weapons, which will of course allow him to kill Zerglings in one hit. In the meantime, we see that Super Aldatox built 4 barracks, proceeded to not do much with those 4 barracks and expand, and then get a 5th barracks. Are you starting to see the lanes that are being formed? The lanes. See this lane right here? You see this lane here? You see this lane here? It's perfect for the 300-foot-tall ninja that is the Colossus. Gangly, just hobbling around, doing his little, you know, his smack beam. Yes! The Colossus is the only lever that can spank at range 9. And no, we're not using the metric system, folks. This Warp Prism's gonna come, or I guess it's he doesn't have range 9 yet. It's cold. It's cold on Entombed Valley. He'll be range 9 when things warm up. All right. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Jack, dealing the damage en masse. Yes, the reaction, uncanny. Look at the lanes. Look at the zones. Look at the zones. Here comes Super Aldatox with his super discombobulation coordination. Amazingly, Jack, playing from behind, going to give us a little introduction to the Units Lost tab. Now, I don't normally turn on health bars, but they're so important. In this circumstance, we don't need to worry about things like, is this clean? Is this visually distinguishable as in a Zergling versus Zergling battle? No. It's all Terran buildings and 1 fucking unit for Jack. I'm turning on the health bars. Yes. Here it comes. Jack. Slicing and dicing. Spanking him. Now, one thing that we're going to see consistently out of Jack, for any of you who didn't know, while the Warp Prism is moving, you can click on this portrait, and the Colossus will pop out without the Warp Prism having to slow down. Let me actually demonstrate this, so that way we can learn a little bit about StarCraft 2 mechanics. See how this Warp Prism slows down and it shoots? He's going to pick him up. And watch how it slows down and then unloads. You can avoid all that by clicking on the portrait. Jack will do that 0 times this game. Excellent. Fantastic. Outstanding. Bejugular. Baller. But oh my god, a not Marine. That's fine. Jack knows that in the dueness of time, he will have extended thermal lance. Now, we have contingency cannons, no big deal. People build contingency cannons all the time, especially when they're 1 base all-inning with 1 unit. This is the 1-1-1, 1 base, 1 unit, 1 hope. 1 man. Controlling it all. Probably using 1 hand. And the other hand is on his forehead going, oh god, I fucking hate day 9. Why did he do that? 1 unit, what a douche. Jack. Doing his best micro techniques in the... Oh! No! Jack! When you're trying to kill your opponent with 1 unit and you lose that 1 unit, You've lost everything. Oh my god, this is a very emotional moment for Jack. He's kind of spent his whole in-game life on that one Colossus, nurturing it, caring for it. And now he's just a pile of oversized head and gangly legs. Poor thing. Poor Colossus was just going into puberty. Actually, every Colossus is in the state of puberty because they all have huge heads and legs that are far too long. And they climb things. That's actually not a... It's not a metaphor. Like, people in Atlas, they like to climb things. They like climbing trees and things. But Jack, of course, when you're one unit doing it, may as well build another one unit. Alright, round 2. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I just thought of a joke that's far too inappropriate, and maybe I'll develop the gumption to do it in part 2. Jack now using his one unit. Using his one... I was thinking... Okay, I was thinking... Here it comes. This is terrible. It's fine. I like to watch the Olympic gymnastics competition, but let's be honest. There's nothing that is more sad than when that girl tumbles off the balance beam. Oh my god, there is no... Well, her life is done. They may as well put her down. You know that moment? I can't imagine hearing these stories, because in the Olympics, you know, it's not like if you're just tuned into a stream and you see someone lose and you're like, well, I lost a game, no big deal. The Olympics, they have the story of this girl and how she trained for 8 years and she's given up everything. She hasn't even been to school. She's never spoken to someone her age, and then... off the balance beam. Oh god, it hurts my soul. Oh god. But fortunately, Jack can just chrono boost out another Colossus. He doesn't have to worry. There it goes. There was a joke somewhere in there, but then all of a sudden I started to remember how sad I was the last time I saw that happen. And then I got cheered up by the fact that Jack has a Colossus. Brutality. In the meantime, while Jack is doing happy things like playing a game of StarCraft 2, he's trying to micro at his absolute best. Jack, just making as many fricking one Colossus at a time as he humanly possibly can, and Super Aldatox has only Marines. Good. So far, we're in the clear. He hasn't done anything like tech up and build Vikings. He hasn't done anything like build turrets. He hasn't done anything like track down the one warp prism that's on the map. So far, so good. Excellent. Jack's gangly, dumb Colossus is doing his best to micro. And we're getting to see the amazingness of a fairly one-sided unit loss tab that actually doesn't involve the Swarm host. And of course, there's that one guy who plays Heart of the Swarm beta who feels vindicated by that comment. See? Even D9 thinks the Swarm host is total bullshit. I think no such thing. I think it is fair. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Our Colossus, he... Oh, he fell off the balance beam. Well, let's go ahead and make another one. No big deal. What hero do we need this time? Well, it looks like it's this guy. I like how Jack actually has 2 Colossi, but he's being quite the nobleman. He's literally using just 1 Colossi. He's sticking to that Funday Monday theme, which is one thing that I appreciate so much about our good friend Jack. Jack is dedicating himself in the full spirit of Funday Monday to killing his opponent with 1 unit at a time, and per usual we have this disproportionate units lost tab. Now there's this magical moment that occurs. Every single person's making fun of me because I said a Colossi, or 1 Colossi, 1 Colossus. Excuse me, the singular is Colossus. The plural is Coloxin. Now, there's a magical moment that occurs in everyone's experience of playing StarCraft 2, high, low, observer, or player. There comes a point where when you've had enough damage that confuses you, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, or if you've taken damage, or if you've held it off, just when you feel kind of confused at the situation, where you just box all your units and you're like, just go, just do it, just you know what, just go kill them. I don't care. I don't care what the consequences are. I don't care what the repercussions are. I'm just going to kill them. And I think it's important that we actually zoom back and we discover when this moment happens for Super Aldatox. So I'm going to go ahead and deselect everything. We are now in the green Super Aldatox cam. We're actually backing it up. We're backing it up. Backing it up. Good. Right now we are watching Super Aldatox. We are currently in his vision cam. We are seeing everything that Terran's seeing. Look at him, sending units into the gas geyser, feeling like a true baller. There's the Colossus, and this is the third Colossus, and for the third time, is he going to defend it? He rallies to the Colossus, he rallies away, he rallies, he's going to fuck this game, just go, right? Screw it, just go. Just go over here. He's abandoned focus of the Colossus over here. I hate this game. Can I have some... Come back and defend this. Guys, just defend it. Come on. Come on. You see no hotkey, no control group. Just whatever. I just go. But unfortunately for him, Jack has constructed contingency cannons. Yes. Excellent. Contingency cannons plus the contingency Colossus. The poor gangly Colossus. Microing at the front, micro at the back. Cannons have an ability called self-micro. You actually just have to right-click the micro button. The micro button for Protoss, interestingly, is the A key. Hi, Protoss players. Wonderful to have you here on Funday Monday, where we learn to be a better gamer. Alright. Pow. And one guy's going, I use the grid. Alright. Well, it's the Q button then, so... Take that. Look, someone needs to feel insulted, okay? I'm insulting. I'm trying to make someone angry. Are you mad? I hope you're mad. Ugh. Excellent. Day 9, infusing his spirit of rage in people with Funday Monday. Ah, bingo dingo. Jack continues to utilize the art of micromanagement with his slow, gentle, unload here, unload here. Look, another warp prism. In fact, there's actually 1, 2, where's it? I'm sure there's another warp prism somewhere here. Where is it? Hey, there's our third warp prism. Excellent. He has all sorts of contingency prisms. Units lost tab, we've killed 31 workers. We've never built more than 23 probes. We have slightly more probes than we would have in a 4-gate, except we're actually going for a 1-robo. Look at this kick-ass badass. For the first time this game, with the art of micromanagement having killed off over 4 times what our opponent has, Aldatox and Jack are now finally even in supply. All it took was 19 minutes of high APM intense micro from Aldatox. With upwards of a click a second, Jack's showing us some cool stuff. And there he is. Finishing it up, cleaning it up, giving him the little Colossus love. Oh! He fell off the balance beam. Let's get another one. Alright, we built some more contingency cannons because, let's be honest, cannons, right? Right? You don't need a reason, just because cannons. Same reason with because Void Rays and because Dark Templar. 3 things that are grammatical on ire. Super Aldatox trying to step up. He's trying to micro pass, but however, Jack uses because cannons and why not probes in combination with Funday Monday to successfully garner him a spot as the introductory player in this week's Funday Monday. Now, you might say something like, Super Aldatox was BM and didn't type GG. Notice the hotkeys here? Notice the lack of hotkeys here? Super Aldatox was playing without a keyboard. It's the only conclusion I can make. I want to talk a little bit about keyboards. I'm sure that you've been in the situation before where you didn't know about Alt-QQ. That's how you actually leave a game. Alt-QQ just exits you. Or F10Q is another, or excuse me, F10N. Ways to quickly leave a game. I prefer the F10N because it's 2 buttons instead of the Alt-QQ, which is combined 3 buttons, because when I want to rage depart out of a game, I am in a hurry! I'm not going to be like, move the mouse, click, menu, move back, misclick and open the hotkey menu, cancel, yes, accept unbound global hotkey, close, right? I don't do that. But Super Aldatox did, and that makes me happy. That puts me in a great mood. Hope you've enjoyed this introductory game where we got to see the introductory notions behind winning with as few units as possible, and in part number 2, we're going to get the chance to see kind of the directions that the submissions for this week went. We're going to get the opportunity to check out some cheese games. Let's go ahead and hit it. We'll be back in 2 minutes, and when we do, some more Funday Monday.